I ask for the truth on behalf of Chrystal Grover concerning love and career issues. Ask for guidance and insight in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the truth always. And we cut the deck for you there, Chrystal, and move things to the side over here. And I'm going to deal out 3 cards to just see what this is all about. You seem to imply that you've had a stroke of bad luck. Join the club. That's what it's all about. The first card we deal in this 3-card spread is in the position of the past. This is the recent past, however, so it only covers a period of time between now and this time last month, about the past 3 or 4 weeks or so, about 28 days. I usually say a moon phase, which is often referred to as a moonth. That's neat. The next card we deal is in the position of the present, so just like the recent past influence, this is the present influence, and then the immediate future influence that talks about a month into the future we place there. Let's see what's been going on just recently though concerning this issue that you've raised here. I'll just move things here just so you can see them a bit better. And I'm going to pull out the first card here, which is the recent past influence. This is, of course, insight into what's recently been going on. It may provide a bit of guidance for the future. It may even be guidance that, so it would appear, in the form of the Sphinx, just indicating really that you should have kept your mouth shut. Basically, choosing your words wisely would have been a better option than what you were doing. She looks forward, and yet she looks forward to us, and yet she faces toward the future, as if she's facing this way. Time moves forward, doesn't it? I always tend to focus on the wings, always with that. I don't know why. The green of the heart chakra and the shade on the wings. The wings can symbolise movement and messages. So whatever you say does travel, and it gets back, or it gets to those you either intend it to, or even those you don't intend it to. And it'll come back on you as well. And this is what appears to have happened just recently, in the sense that it would have been better if you would have held your counsel, and if what you did say you said it differently. But we say it as it is, and we say what we feel, I suppose, in a way that we can articulate ourselves. Some of us say fuck off instead of please could you kindly go forth into the distance and stick your fingers where a monkey puts its nuts. Although actually monkeys don't put the nuts up their arse, actually. It's a fallacy, that one. They don't do it. But laughing and joking apart, that sort of thing. And I sort of get this sort of feeling. She's looking at the Sphinx. She looks forward to us from the future, as if to say that's right. You shouldn't have said that. She's saying you shouldn't have said that. I don't know what the hell that is, but you know what it is. I want to just pull the next card here to see if you shouldn't have said that, you know what that is, of course. That's between you and yourself and the brick wall or whoever. It is, of course, nevertheless your private business, as it were. So we try and hang as little dirty washing as possible in public as we can. We reveal the energy of the serpent, just indicating now that a sly and subtle approach is needed at the moment, in the sense of try and be inconspicuous, try and be elusive. Try to see them, but make sure they can't see you. The serpent, of course, can symbolise betrayal. It can also symbolise healing as well. It's the serpent as a healer, in the sense the serpent sheds its skin and renews itself. But also it can represent change. And so it does sort of form that sort of figure of 8, a crude depiction of the symbol of infinity, which is about change and cycles, isn't it? And it sort of hints at change, but a lot of change can have a nasty bite, can't it? Just like a serpent has that power to bite. And I get that this change that's taking place right now is biting you because of something you said and shouldn't have said. If you're regretting it, if there's any remorse, that's between you and yourself, or the person you've had a set to with. Although arguments really haven't so much been there, it's just been a case of a careless choice of words, literally, in that sense. Darkness, of course, has surrounded the past. It's there in the background, although the Sphinx doesn't see it. She looks forward. The serpent is in the darkness as well. The darkness is very powerful if you use it correctly. You can hide in the darkness, but in this particular case, of course, the serpent can move in nooks and crannies in dark places and not be seen. And this is what you're really being advised to do at the moment. If anything you do, try and make sure it's as uncertain as possible to those who may suspect you, or may, whatever other people think. Try and bring about a situation where they don't know what you're doing. Doesn't necessarily mean work in secret, but certainly just be a bit subtle about it. Be a bit, as it literally says, a sly and subtle approach is needed. And your approach is that you just have to approach it with that sort of attempt to remain as inconspicuous as possible, maybe shapeshift, just like the serpent can change its shape by moving in different ways. You shapeshift and adapt to the situation, so that although you're there, they can't see you. You can be right under the nose and yet they won't see you there. I don't know what form that would come, either in the form of insignificance or in the form of changing the way you dress, or changing your mannerisms, changing the way you behave, so that they'd never think it was you from a distance. Maybe getting lost in the crowd, of course, can help, but what for the immediate future, from a love angle, as well as, of course, a career situation here, to better one's position career-wise, one is going to have to adapt to the situation that's going on around you. You're going to have to adapt to it. or else you'll miss the boat, basically. That's to put it bluntly. I want to just see though what is around the corner in the immediate future between now and this time next month. We'll just flip this card nice and slowly there, although not to reveal anything nice particularly for the next 3 or 4 weeks or so. Looks like the stroke of misfortune is just going to carry on a bit. Fate will block this path for you, literally, as it says there, in the sense of anything that can go wrong will go wrong at the most bloody inconvenient time. It looks as though really you shouldn't have said that, and now you're having to adapt to the change with a sly and subtle approach, by being a bit elusive, maybe remain a bit more inconspicuous just for now, to let the dust settle, but of course a lot of fire there, isn't there, as if some energy will be burning there, but nevertheless what will be and it will create a blockage. But I get a sense that this blockage is of your own making, because you shouldn't have said that, should you? And it no doubt hinders your relationship prospects and also your career prospects. I get a sort of sense as though the two are linked. Either the one you fell in love with, or the one you were in with and tried to gain favours from, was somebody like either a future employer or somebody who worked somewhere that you wanted to work at, and they could have put a good word in or something. I don't know, or I don't know. I hope I'm wrong on that one, actually, because that would make the darkness even darker. If ever, I want to see what's what advice there is here from if there are any power animal spirits present here who can help Chrystal on this situation. We ask in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to Raven and all the power animal spirits who guide, heal and protect. I want to just see what this card is here. Butterfly there, transformation. Really just saying get ready for big changes. Big changes we were on about there with the serpent, symbol of infinity. And like a lot of change, the serpent can have a nasty bite, and in this particular case, get ready for big changes here. Fate will block the path, but it's a blockage that is of your own making for the foreseeable future, for the next 3 or 4 weeks or so. What happens after that, what happens around about May, June time is of course another thing. What happens after Beltane, but for now, until then, just get ready for big changes. But are these changes for the better or for the worst? Either way, get ready for them. The question is, are you ready? Clearly, the answer is no, isn't it? Pray to Butterfly, who transforms and can help that soul part that's got lost in the void. That soul, your soul part, a part of your soul that's got lost in the void, can be retrieved by Butterfly and once you are ready for those changes, that's when Butterfly will have retrieved that soul part again, literally soul retrieval, and you will be whole again, and that's when you will have been healed. So pray to Butterfly, Spirit of Butterfly. I ask for your presence, that you go into the void and retrieve that part of me that is able to get ready for big changes, that is able to allow transformation in my life, and reunite me with that soul part, and make me whole again. Blessed be. And with that, be healed. It's as simple as that, isn't it? But for now, we'll cast a shadow. Chrystal, these cards have spoken.